Kelly here with Kelly's Circle Life with your reading for the new moon in Scorpio. So welcome to Scorpio season. We've moved out of that airy sign of Libra, that sign of balance and fairness and looking at things that are very beautiful. And now we're going to move deep into Scorpio. So Scorpio is a water sign, and it's very emotional and very intimate and very shadowy. And it's a great time to look at these things because we're moving, if you're in the northern hemisphere, we're moving into that time of more shadow, of shorter days and longer nights. And it's a time that often brings about deep emotions because we're letting go of summer, moving into winter. So it can be a very emotional time. It can be very an intuitive time as well, looking at things that maybe in a different way that you haven't looked at before, preparing for the end of the calendar year, and just kind of this time of pulling back and pulling in and going inward, spending more time indoors maybe. And then looking at relationships, because Scorpio has a lot of energy of very intimate relationships. So not really close or casual friends or casual acquaintances, but definitely more in the realm of intimate relationships. And this can be any kind of very close relationship that you have. And it can also be looking, since it's that intuitive time, looking at how to care for yourself as well, and to, in the relationship with yourself, because that's always something that you want to foster, is that relationship with yourself. So we're going to look at those three things in this reading. So I have the Tarot of the Vampyres today. And the first question asks, how can you best deal with deep emotions during this time? So especially if this is a time that normally brings about deeper emotions for you, or this is a time that you want to really delve into deep emotions that you feel like that have been kind of put back on the shadow and you really want to bring them out, this is a way to do that. And here, for dealing with deep emotions, we have the Queen of Knives. And so this is the Queen of Swords. And she's very nurturing. She is, even though it's the swords suit, she still has that very nurturing ability about her. And so this is a good mix of being emotional and having those deep emotions, but being able to think about them in a rational way. So you're bringing a balance to these deep emotions. So the best way that you can really deal with these deep emotions is to feel them, because you're going to feel them first, and then think about them. Go through your mind and think about, what is it, ask the why question. What is it that, why am I feeling this way? What is it that's bringing me this emotion? And then you can really go through this emotion and look behind it and look to see what's bringing that emotion. So you can it's not because you're trying to dispel the emotion or you're trying to get rid of it so that you don't ever feel it again, but you're really trying to understand the emotion and work with it and bring it into your consciousness. And so, Scorpio is a lot about the subconscious or the unconscious, or those things hidden deep under the water. And so this is a good time to really bring that to light, begin to understand. And it's going to be a process over this lunar cycle that you can work with, dealing with this deep emotion. So then we have, what is your intuition trying to tell me? So our intuition is always talking to us. And I have I'm a very more rational person and tend to think of things, go about it in more of a left brain way, a more logical way. And it took me a while to work on my intuition and to really just know that it was telling me things that I needed to hear, and that I could, once I got the message, then I could work with it. So something here that you want your intuition is telling you, and you really need to hear the message. And here we have the Daughter of Skulls, and the Daughter of Skulls is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So your intuition is trying to tell you that there's something there's a message coming about your home life, or about your career, or about your finances. And this a message that has been trying to come through to you in one of these areas, and you've not quite taken it in yet. But it's something that's going to be new to you, because the page is the first of the court cards, and so it's something that's going to be new, and you really need to let yourself know that it's okay to let that in, to let that message in, to listen to what your intuition is telling you about your home, or your family, or your career, or your finances, or even your health. Maybe it may be something to do with diet or exercise, any of those areas of the pentacles. That's where this intuition is going to be telling you about, and it's going to be something new. It's going to be something that you haven't really considered before. And so it may be something that you kind of think, well, that's not really something that I would do, or that's a little bit too outside of the box. But your intuition is telling you it's okay. It's okay that it's something new, something that you need to try, something that you just need to give a chance to see if it works out for you. So then finally, how can you bring your highest self to your relationships? And so since we've been talking about Scorpio and intimate relationships, you want to be able to bring your highest self to your relationships, and bring your best self so that you can be your best self in that relationship, and so that you can be supportive with that other person. And then you can also know when you need to ask for support. So, and that really has a lot to do with being your highest self, and calling on that higher wisdom, and calling on that, even that intuition, in this way as well, but calling on it directly, and asking, how can I be my best self in this relationship? And this is going to be a close relationship, somebody that you have a very close relationship with. And maybe you it's just a relationship that you really need to communicate more, or something that is you want to bring it into intimacy, into a more intimate place, that you want it to be a closer relationship. And working with your highest self and calling on your higher self is going to really help you bring that into this relationship. And this is the Six of Knives, or the Six of Swords. So here, bringing your highest self, the Six of Swords is about leaving behind something that is not serving you. Leaving behind something that's been causing you problems, or causing you doubt, or causing you to question yourself. And leaving it behind, knowing that it's not the place where you want to be, and you know rationally that this is not the right place for you, this is not the right place to be, and making that decision, because this is the Swords suit, and it's about logic and decision making. So making that decision to really step forward and really move into a place where you can see yourself in a better light. And this could be in lots of different ways, and to bring then your highest self to this relationship, you're going to be leaving behind something that's been causing problems, that's been holding you back. And it could be anything, any ideas that's, it could be something about yourself. I'm not good enough, or, this person is, better than me, or, this person, I am not the right, I'm not the right person for this person right now. And so it's kind of holding you back from this relationship that could be really a nice, beautiful friendship or partnership. And so it's holding you back from that. and letting yourself let go of those doubts and let go of that thinking that's keeping you from deepening this relationship is going to really bring in your higher self and bring your wisdom and experience and knowledge so that you can move into a more intimate relationship with this person and deepen the intimacy there. And it can also, the same thing with self-care. What are you doing that's holding you back from being really good to yourself and really bringing your highest self into the relationship with yourself? Because that is so important too, to take care of ourselves. And this Scorpio energy is great for that kind of self-care, that kind of shadow work that allows you to really connect with your highest self. And that shadow work and bringing the things out of the shadow and out of your unconscious and from your intuition that really propels you forward and helps you to be in a better place and bring the things that you want into your life. So this lunar cycle is going to be a lot about emotions and intuition and listening to those emotions, listening to that intuition, but also bringing that, because we have the two swords cards, bringing that logic in as well. So because there's a lot of emotions and intuition, bringing that logic in is going to balance out this emotion and this watery kind of feeling. So we're gonna balance it out a little bit, bring some of that Libra energy over into Scorpio, and it's going to be it's a wonderful time. I think Scorpio often gets a bad rap in astrology because people think that Scorpio is a bad sign, or that it's hard to be a Scorpio or hard to deal with Scorpio energy. And remember, we all have Scorpio in our chart somewhere. So we all experience the cycles of the moon and the sun going through Scorpio. So we all experience it, and there's no, in astrology, there's no bad sign, or there's no sign that's any better than any other. And you can see just bringing the Libra energy into the Scorpio, how they kind of just flow into each other, and knowing that and really taking advantage of the energy that's in this Scorpio season is a great thing. And we've looked at 3 ways that you can do that. So if you enjoyed this tarot reading and you have an intention that you are working on, something that you really want to manifest in your life or bring into your life that you haven't been able to do yet, I have tarot coach experiences that you can sign up for, and we will work either for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 4 weeks on an intention with tarot readings, email support, and just all of and working on that intention and getting it into a way that you can really make action steps and move forward to bring into your life what you want to bring into your life. So you can find that. I'll leave a link down at the bottom. You can also join my Patreon Coven, the Broom and Moon Coven on Patreon. I'll leave that link, and you can see the reading on Instagram. So I hope that you have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio and a wonderful Scorpio whole lunar cycle. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.